Today we're gonna see this volume trading strategy built on Bitcoin, and we will check how profitable it is with an algo backtest. So, let's dive into it. Today's strategy will be based on volatility, and we will use a famous indicator that typically is used as a confirmation, but why don't try to use it as an entry signal? Open the indicator session and type WADA Atar Explosion, and open this one by Cyan KM. This V2 indicator is a modified version of the WADA Atar LazyBear indicator. This should work better with the crypto market. The WADA Atar Explosion is basically built on the MACD and Bollinger Bands and measure the volatility of the price, as well as the trend direction. The indicator is made up by three elements: the histogram bars, the explosion line, and the dead zone line. Let's see some example on the chart. The histogram color is useful to detect the trend direction. When the indicator is in green area, we are in a bullish trend, whereas when the indicator shows a red histogram bar, we are in a bearish trend. So we're gonna be open a long position whenever the histogram bar is above the explosion line, meaning that there is high volatility, and we are in green area, whereas we open a short position when the histogram bar is above the explosion line and is in red area. This deadline zone is really useful to measure low volatility period, so when the histogram bar is below the dead zone, we won't open any position. That's why, if we check on the chart, we have pretty small candles. Let's generate buy and sell signals using our strategy builder, a powerful tool that allows us to combine any indicator available on TradingView and generate buy and sell signals. We can customize any strategy as much as we want, we can backtest, automate strategies, generate alerts, and do all this cool stuff with just 2 clicks. Let's see how simple it is to build a strategy. And let's start by configuring the long entry signal. Here we will select the uptrend, which basically means green histogram bars. We want to enter in a long position whenever the green histogram bar is above the explosion line. We will select here the green histogram bar, source greater, the explosion line. Whereas for short position, we want the red histogram bar to be above the explosion line. In order to avoid some false signals, we add the ADX onto the chart, which is another volatility filter, and we will use it as a confirmation. We will open both long and short positions only if the ADX is above 20 level. We go here in the oscillator settings and we just turn on one signal for long, one signal for short. We want the ADX to be above 20 level. And the same is for short position. Let's check some trade on a chart. As you can see, our strategy builder will open a long position whenever the WADA Atar is in green area and is above the explosion line. At the same time, our ADX is above 20 level. Whereas for short position, we need the WADA Atar to be in red area, is above the explosion line, and the ADX is above 20 level. Now it's time to set the exit rules. We will set a stop loss based on stop loss ATR bands, and we will set a double take profit. The first take profit we will exit at 4% with 50% quantity, and the second take profit we will close the remaining position at 80% distance from our entry. And we are good to go. As you can see, we have our stop loss ATR band, which is a dynamic stop loss based on the ATR, and our double take profit level. Here the first take profit 4% and the second take profit at 8%. Of course, here we have 1.27% and not 8% because we closed the first 50% of the position here at 4% level and the remaining position at stop loss ATR level. For a long position is the same. We have our stop loss based on the ATR bands. First 50% quantity is closed at 4% take profit. Then the second take profit at 8%, it wasn't hit, but the remaining position was closed here at a 3.53%. And that's all. It's a really easy strategy with really simple rules. Now let's jump into backtest results. We are on BTC USDT 2-hour time frame on Bybit exchange. We are going only long, $10,000 with fixed amount, 4x leverage. Stop loss type, stop loss ATR bands, with the ATR length of 14, multiplier of 3, take profit, double take profit, first take profit 4% with 50% quantity, second take profit 8% with 50% quantity. Initial capital $10,000 and 0.06% commission. And as you can see guys, we have a pretty good equity line. 923% net profit, 384 total close trades, 75% win rate, 1.44 profit factor, 34% net profit, 2.4% average trade, 0.59% daily profit, and net profit/drawdown 2.59. We are backtesting a really long period of time, around 5 years of data, max win row 16, max loss row 5, 0.9 risk reward, and expectancy 0.29. We have an average win of 10.38 and an average loss of 11%, max win trade 23% and max loss trade 80%, which is pretty high. The monthly table shows absolutely good results. Yeah, we have different losing months, but overall the situation is good. The equity line overall is good, even though in this final phase and in this middle phase we have a drawdown period, but overall it shows absolutely good results. What I like about this backtest, of course, is the high net profit, but even the high win rate, which is 75%, absolutely good. By doing different backtests, I realized that the only parameter that we should work around is the max drawdown, which is a little high. In fact, the net profit/drawdown is only 2.59, which is not so high. I did some backtests even with the trailing take profit, 4% distance with the 1% deviation, and as you can see we still have a good backtest even though we have more losing months, but the parameter that we should optimize is the max drawdown, which is still high, 37%. Of course, I did this backtest and I didn't do any optimization at all. I think that there is still room for improvement. I want to remind you that you can get access to these and other ready-to-use strategies in the Settings Bank Premium channel on Discord. You can get access by joining on Patreon, along with granting access to all the premium indicators.